All right, everybody, welcome to Saturday Stream. Thank you so much for being here. You guys are all amazing. We're going to get started here with the first Streamfluencer podcast, Twitter for Influencers. Let's get into this. Hey, everybody. All right, so what does it mean, influencer? So everybody that broadcasts on Twitch, Mixer, whatever platform, you're an influencer. Even if you don't broadcast, if you have a good Twitter following, if you get the word out to, if you have a community, you get the word out about products and whatnot, you're an influencer. So what we're going to talk about today is to try to cover some goods and bads, some do's, some don'ts, best practices of using Twitter as an influencer. So what we're going to start with is excuse me, the basics. So your name on your Twitter account should be similar to your name on Twitch or Mixer or whatever broadcast platform you use. I see quite a few people that their names don't even come close to matching, your branding. So let's say, we'll use me for an example. Let's say my Twitch is Havoc, but my Twitter is Blackbeard. That's nowhere near close. Like, you have to relate. You need to relate your two together to make sure they match up and your branding is consistent. Your branding on your Twitter account should also match your branding on your Twitch or your other platform. What does that mean? So you have overlays and whatnot when you use when you broadcast. You have a logo, you have a theme. Your branding on your Twitter account should coincide and match what your broadcasting platform branding is. I see a lot of people that, especially new broadcasters, that may not have actually even an avatar set up on Twitter. So they just have it used to be an egg. I think now it's just like a little person. You should at least put some effort in and have your branding match. You could have a Twitter banner. You want that to match or line up with your branding on your broadcast platform. When you're doing tweets, keep the content, the words to a minimum. When you type out these long tweets, people are just going to read a few words and then just move on. So you want to have content that on Twitter that grabs people and makes them want to go look at your channel or click on your profile or go more into what you're doing. Just kind of, unless it's a really important thread that is discussing certain issues or tips or tricks or something, a lot of times those will just scroll through people's feeds. So you want to have content that's really going to grab somebody, because it's really easy to miss that content on Twitter. You want to use pictures. So when you're tweeting something out that you're advertising something, whether it's a go live tweet or it's something of, maybe you're promoting a brand or a product, you want to always include pictures. Pictures they always grab people's attention more than just a block of text. And then you want to treat your social media, your Twitter, professional. So what I mean by that is, on your broadcast, you put in a lot of effort to be professional, provide great content that's meaningful to your communities. Do the same thing on Twitch or Twitter. Also remember that companies that you're going to want to work with, whether it's now or in the future, are most likely going to go back and look at your social media and see, what kind of person is this? Do we want to partner with them? So always remember that people are always watching, whether you realize it or not. The bios. So your bio in your Twitter. Let me bring up my Twitter here. Let's go here. So your bios in your Twitter are always going to have, you're going to want to have stuff like a business email, a way for people to contact you. Have some sort of a link to your channel, and have the location, or at least a general location of where you're located. And I'll show you why here. Let's look at mine for example here. So my branding is pretty consistent. This is pretty much my branding for all over my overlays and whatnot. But let's get into like right here. So this is your bio if you guys don't know. So this has my contact email. So havoc@havoc.gg. And I monkey with it a little bit because I don't want, I want to minimize the number of bots that pick it up as much as possible. The reason you want to have that in your bio is developers, PR companies, marketing companies, publishers, they do look at this. They do look at it and they try to contact you for opportunities. If you don't have your email in your bio, you are missing out. I guarantee you. We had an opportunity, I think it was at TwitchCon, excuse me, that a couple people got invited to a party and they're like, they had no clue how they got invited. They just played the game. They didn't know anybody from like the PR or the like community manager or whatnot. They don't know how they got invited to this party. Well, it's because they had their email in their bio. So people do, like, companies do say, they do look and say, oh, so-and-so is going to TwitchCon, they play our game, we're going to shoot them an invite to our party. So always have a way for people to contact you. Also have it there for another reason, for authentication. What that means is if you reach out to a developer or publisher about trying to get a game code, let's say, and you say, hey, so-and-so, I would like a copy of PUBG. You sell your brand to them and whatnot. They're going to go to your other social medias and try to match up that email address to your public-facing email addresses to make sure that actually is you. Because there are a lot of people, believe it or not, that will go to these places and say, hey, I'm Lyric and I want to play your game, and here's my lyricchannel@gmail.com address. They try to scam that they are somebody they're not to get free games. So always have your email address in your bio. So I also have on here the channel. Always make it easy for people to find your channel and go to your channel. Far too often I see broadcasters that have no way to actually see what their channel is or how to get to their channel. Make it easy on people. Because remember, people in general, we have a very short attention span, especially these days in the Twitter universe. So we want easy. We want to be able to get to your channel, get your content a lot easier. And then have a sort of a location. So you don't have to say I'm located in, Albany, New York, like get detailed. But if you could do kind of a general location, that's great. The reason for is industry vets, PR, marketing, community managers will go look and say, oh, we have an opportunity in Los Angeles. Would you like to attend? I see you're on the West Coast. If they see that you're on the East Coast, they're not going to offer you that opportunity. So that does happen. I've had people reach out to me and say, hey, we have an opportunity for you. If you want to attend, are you interested? And because we see you're on the West Coast or whatever. So you don't have to, if you're not comfortable, you don't have to go all the way into exactly city, state you want, but give kind of a general guideline that they can actually reach out to you, and then you can discuss the details with them. All right. So that's the bios. Content, as I discussed earlier, you want to make sure your content is professional because companies are watching what you are doing. You'll see people that get on and completely badmouth a game or completely say this game is garbage or whatever. And if you're reaching out and you want to work with, let's say Epic on Fortnite, and they see you completely badmouthing and talking trash to PUBG, they're not going to want to work with you. They're like, okay, we know what we're getting into. We don't want anything to do with this. So always remember, your public-facing Twitter is public-facing. People are going to see it. You're going to get retweets. It's going to be dug up. You see a lot with, especially in the political universe, of you tweet something out 5-10 years ago, and people can go back and find it and say, that's not what you said back then. So always be wary of what you're doing on social media. Have good, engaging content, not just go live tweets. So what you want to do is make sure you're interacting with people. you're not just spamming your channel about going live. So my channel's a little spammy right now because, let me scroll down and I'll show you why. Because of this. So this week, I focused this week on each day. I wanted something different to help promote broadcasters and whatnot on Twitter. So yesterday, I think Monday I did people that motivate you. I asked people to tell us about, broadcasters that motivate you, make you want to broadcast more. People will reply with what they had, and I'd retweet it. So right now, my Twitter is not the greatest example because it's a lot of retweets, but I'm engaging. I want to get people involved. So then Tuesdays was affiliates, Wednesdays was industry, Thursdays was partners, and yesterday was promote yourself. So yesterday I said, attention broadcasters, today I want to focus on you. Tell us something about you. Tell us, link your Twitch channel, your Mixer channel, your Facebook channel, whatever, and tell us what your community is about. And the people that responded, I retweeted them and whatnot. Now, we're going to talk a little bit later about something not to do. And there's somebody in here did something you don't want to do. Where is it at? Right here, the bottom one. This person says, rather than myself, I want to promote my wife, a stay-at-home mom playing games with the kids, and OS funny things. I don't know what OS funny things is, but we'll talk about that a little more a little later. So, but remember, I asked people to promote yourself, all right? And then this person did not promote themselves. So we'll get back to that in a little bit. There's actually a section where to cover on that. So make sure you're engaging with people. Make sure you're not just retweeting and liking or, get involved. If you have broadcasters that you follow that you really enjoy their content, not only on their broadcast content, but their Twitter, get involved with them. Reply to their tweets, It's just engaging. The more you can engage and work with people, the better it's going to be, because not only is you can potentially make some good friends in the industry, you're also supporting each other, which is great in the end. Like I said, make sure you're not just doing, I'm going live at whatever time. Have some other tweets that are not just promoting yourself. Like I said, interact with others, especially companies. So I often hear on the few of the Discords I'm in, people say, oh man, I really want to work with Corsair. It sounds amazing. And my reply to them is, why? I hear a lot of people say, I want to work with so-and-so. I want this case or whatever. But they never say why they want to work with them. They just say, I want. So that always brings it up as, I just want free shit. And that's not how you get things done in this industry. I'm telling you right now is, I always ask them, why do you want to work with them? And then more times than not, they'll say, I really don't know. Stop and think. But when you say you want to work with Corsair or Logitech, do you actually follow them on Twitter first? So make sure you're following them. And do you engage? Do you communicate with them on Twitter? When they tweet out, hey, we got this new keyboard. It's you can come see it at PAX West or whatever. And you can say, oh man, that keyboard looks amazing. I can't really wait to try it out. You're not just saying, oh, I saw this stuff and I want it. Give it to me. Work with them, respond to them, make content with them. It actually helps in the long run. You're engaging. They're going to remember that. If you do funny tweets, funny little videos, oh, here's my budget Amazon, what do they call it? Amazon Basics, I think, keyboard. And you run it over with your car. You make a video running over with your car. And you can say, oh man, I did this for you, Logitech. They might send you a keyboard that was freaking awesome. They might send you a keyboard. So I'm not saying they will, but engage with them, make funny content, do stuff with them. Don't just say, oh man, I want to work with you. Why do you want to work with them? And put some effort in before you get to that point of reaching out to them to work together. When you interact with broadcasters, as we just talked about, it could be great. Do not go into it with wanting something out of the relationship. So let's use Wes, you're in chat. Let's use you as an example. I love your content. I want to start working with you. So I'm only going to communicate with you and respond to your stuff because I want something out of you. Do not do that. That does not work at all. What that does in the end, you're going to be found out very easily, and you're going to burn a major bridge, and you're going to be that person on Twitter that's going to be like, oh, you don't want to work with them because they just want something out of it. Be engaging with each other. Get on their Discord, chat with their community, chat with them on Twitter and whatnot. Don't go into it expecting something in return. Never. All right, so let's do going live tweets. Let me bring up this here real quick. So before I bring up a great example, when you're going live, tweet out, tag the game you were playing. Always tag the game you were playing. If you're playing some obscure indie games, sometimes they don't have a Twitter, but their publisher does, or their PR company does. So while you may not, or the developer, if it's like a 1 or 2 person developer studio, or they're building it out, they're developing the game out of their college dorm room, they might have a Twitter themselves, but not for the game. So first, always tag the game you're playing when you go live. Also, if available, let me get this link for you guys because you're going to want to see this. Let's actually, I think we can play this. Also, if there is a community manager, tag them. All right. They like this, and I'll show you this real quick. So this was at TwitchCon this past year, and this discussion was how streamers and developers can work together. So this entire hour panel was, hey, this is how we can work together.
And segue right into that, I think, what are the best channels of communication if people want to get a hold of us? Is it a cold email? Is it a mention on Twitter? Kind of what are the best ways, maybe, Callie?
For them to get a hold of us. I'm kind of a hybrid. The best ways to probably initially get in touch with me are Twitter. Devin said, I mean, that's probably the best.
So right there, from the devs, from a community manager, they like tweets. They like working together on Twitter. So utilize that tool.
Way to just get my attention. There's some things that some of you guys have done. I'm gonna call that DJ Knight. Dude, this is awesome. He will tag you in his photos, and so if you guys are keen to picking up on trends, that's awesome to get attention. Because the first time I saw that, I was like, oh, that's that guy. Yeah, he has it. So he did that, and that made me start re-promoting some of his on my personal channel on some of his streams, and so he got involved and in touch with us that way. But Twitter is probably the best way to initially get my attention. Email, though, hands down. If you guys don't have your email somewhere on your Twitter account, on your Twitch channel, oh my God, please, please put your email somewhere. And, for some of you, at least that I've contacted before in the past, people
use pictures, use Twitter. Have your email in your Twitter bio. Developers, community managers, PR people, they want this. They want to be able to find you. They want to be able to give you stuff.
People don't respond very well to email. So if you list that email, make sure you're paying attention to it. Have it hooked up to your phone, because everybody has their phone on them, whatever the case may be. That's the absolute best way to get in touch with us, mainly because we typically have to pass it on to someone, especially for Epic, invite people out. It's I have to forward it to 3 other people to say, hey, can you get this person here at the studio or work with this person to get them set up? So email. Everywhere.
Have your locations in your bios because, like he just said, they want to sometimes bring people out. They need to know how to bring you out. So I can link this to you. Let me get this to you guys in chat. This is actually a pretty dang good. That goes directly to that point, but it's a pretty good little cast to watch if you go back and watch it. So you're going live tweets. So they tagged DJ Knight. He is amazing at it. If you ever want a formula to go off, like a template to go off, do what he does. He does amazing go live tweets. I also really enjoy the Hunter Wilds, and I'll show you some of his here in a second. But what I'm starting to see a lot lately is there is a let's go back here. Millhouse was interrupting me with his eyebrows. If there are broadcasters you're working with, like you're co-streaming, tag them. But what I'm starting to see with a lot of broadcasters is they are tagging other broadcasters that have nothing to do with their stream. So I've seen people that, and I literally found this last night. I should have saved the tweet. I don't think I did. But I saw this last night. Somebody went live playing PUBG and they tagged Ninja and Dr. Lupo in it. Really? Like, but I also see a lot of people that will tag their friends, and it gets really spammy looking on their go live tweets, and their friends have nothing to do with their broadcast. Like, I want to ask these people, what are you expecting? I think they're expecting retweets or something, but that doesn't help. That just looks spammy, and people don't want to go watch you. So only tag people that are directly involved with your stream. Or if you are thanking a PR, a developer or whatnot, if you got a code from them. If you did get a code for free for playing the game, make sure you always make that known. The easiest is put #ad in it. That's just done. That tells people essentially you were given the code, you're done. So the Hunter Wild actually has some great go live tweets. Let me show you. He puts a lot of work into his. So here, he's the past 3 or 4 days, he's been playing Jurassic Park. This is his go live tweet. Oh yes, day 4, 12-hour Jurassic. So he tags the game, all right? And it's fun. This is what we're gonna do. Here's my channel. And then he goes like the extra mile. He makes like little gifs and stuff of, here's like a T-Rex or whatever, most likely munching on this Jeep, but nope, it's Hunter's face. So he has a guy that does it for him, or he has a designer that does it for him, but this is the extra mile. You don't have to go this far, but it's pretty freaking amazing. Like, it makes me jealous. But like all of his are like that. Like, look at this one. This is his day 3. It's a bunch of his face just running, and what's the difference between tagging someone in your tweet and tagging someone in the photo within your tweet? So nothing really. If you tag somebody within the photo of the tweet, it saves some characters. I have never done that, and it's a really cool thing that DJ does, and I might steal that and use that sometime, but it's really no different other than some people don't allow you to you can't tag some people in your photos because they have that setting disabled. I've come across that maybe 10 times in the, 6-7 years I've used Twitter. It's very uncommon, but there are times where people will have it disabled that you can't tag them in a tweet or in a photo. So again, he said what he's doing, tag the game, cool little, animated graphic. Let's get back to, here's one. I think this is his first day. Like, look at the work he did. Here's his face on it, his logo in the water, and like it's chomped. Like, it's just amazing the work he puts in, the thought he puts into his go live. Here's a 1 hour. I'll be waiting and watching. So he does a really amazing job of his go live stuff. Here's his post E3 stream giving away a copy. He's like, all hyped up. So always use some sort of graphic. And what's super, super easy is you don't even have to make your own graphic. Every game that is on Steam, the Steam channel, it has a Steam page, and there's a graphic on that page. I think it's on the right hand side. Let me bring it. Let's do Jurassic World, for example. If you go to the Steam page, right here, see this right here? Let's pause this. This right here, you can save that. So any game that you stream that is on Steam, you can just right click this, save this, and use that in your go live tweet. Like, You don't even have to get super creative. It's something. It's something to grab people's attention to show you also what you're playing. Because having a graphic in your Go Live tweet is a lot easier to see and catch the attention than it just like tagging the name of the game. Now, there is a reason why you should always tag, or well, I think you should always tag a developer in a Go Live tweet. The reason is, depending on the game you're playing, they might come watch. So I've had probably 10 or so times in the past 2 years where I've been playing indie games especially. So I've been playing I play indie game, and I'll tag that, hey, we're going live playing, I think the example we could use is Make Sale. We played the game Make Sale a couple weeks ago on stream, and I tagged him. I tagged the Twitter, and the developer, I think there's like a 2 or 3 people developing it. They actually, one of the devs came in chat and hung out with us for the entire stream and was kind of walking us through how to play the game, some tips and tricks we could do for the game, answering questions for chat. I've had it before where dev will come in stream and start dropping codes for people in chat. So always make sure you're tagging the developer. If they don't have a Twitter, tag the PR, tag the publisher, because they also may retweet you. That's a big one as well, especially the indie games or the PR people. Is that the job of a PR company is to get the word out about the game. So if they give you a game code, you tag them. They're like, here's a game code that costs them nothing, and you're marketing the game to your viewers, to your community on Twitter for free, essentially, because the code costs them nothing. And they're going to retweet you because they want more people to go look at the game. And you can get a lot more marketing out of people watching you play the game and seeing what the game is about if you're entertaining and selling copies than they can just by blasting emails out, come buy our game. So always, if you can, if it's possible, tag the developer, the publisher, the PR company, whatnot. All right, so you can do basic like me, just use the Steam graphic. It's easy, gets the point across, or you can go crazy. Let's find DJs. Because DJ does a great job too he takes it. Actually, here's one of DJ playing. So what DJ did here is he took as you're launching Jurassic World, this is like the little animation as the game's launching. This dinosaur tries to break out of the earth. He took a screenshot. Like, he has a green screen, so before he went live, it's launching, and then at the right time, he hits the button. Like, he makes a face and hits the button to capture the image. And then he just crops it and does that for his Go Live tweet. And he does that for, like, every game he does. He was at the E3, so, he tagged some of the stuff he did, some people he saw. We could do a whole section at some other time on Twitter at conventions. There's a whole different way to do stuff for those too. Let's get to gameplay here. I go pre-E3. He's got so much stuff. He's a busy guy. He's on like almost day 1,000 of streaming. It's insane. So here's he's playing some Dauntless. He's got a little animation here of Dauntless. New season of Siege, let's go. So he has himself in the game, in these tweets. He does like vampire. Here's one. Here's another vampire he just looks so he looks so like he's gonna get in some trouble. So the Division. So he does a great job as Go Live tweets, and as you can see, he said I'm gonna play some Division before Overwatch, and he's tagged the Division 2 and Overwatch as in the pick. Here's one. So he most likely got the game. Well, I know he got the game from Terminals because it says here. So he tags Vampire the Game, Focus Home Entertainment. I think that's the developer. And then Terminals by Evolve, because that's where he got the code. So that's like the PR company where they gave him the review copy. And he puts in here, day 983 straight of streaming. Said sponsored review copy. So he makes it known he got it for free for a review. So he does a great job at his tweets. And it shows. He puts the work in and it shows. So now we get into the don'ts. Don't, when you're doing go live tweets, don't do the retweet bots. Don't put a ton of retweet bots. So even though we tag the gamer in your tweet, no, don't tag it in your tweet and the picture. Do one or the other. There's no reason to double tag them. So the question is, so even though we tag the game or the developer in our tweet, would tagging them in the picture to be a bit much? So yeah, you don't tag them twice. I'd say if you want to go down the road and start tagging them in their picture, start doing that and make that a habit. If not, just tag them in your tweet. If you tag them in the picture, it's less spammy looking and it still gets the point across. But like I said, you have to get on a mindset to remember to do that. But it's a great way to do it. So your go live tweets, don't tag a bunch of retweet bots accounts. So the reasons, and we'll show you, the big reasons are, it looks really bad. It looks super unprofessional. It only helps those retweet accounts. So what a lot of people don't realize is there obviously are people that create those retweet bot accounts, and they're the ones that are benefiting from you doing that. The reason is those accounts have tons and tons and tons of followers, and they can go to certain companies for promotions and say, hey, look at what we got. We have all these followers. We can get your product known out to a bunch of people because we have 50,000 followers on our Twitter. They could be paid for some promotions. That's super sketchy, but it's not uncommon. We actually came across this the other day with a company reaching out to some of our influencers at inception, where they're wanting our influencers to pay them to utilize retweet bot accounts. So it's super sketchy, but we won't go into that right now. And what I ask you is, if you use those retweet bots and you spam all those bot accounts, do you yourself actually go to those retweet bot accounts and look at channels and click on the channels and go view them? More than likely the answer is no. So if you yourself won't go look at channels that do that, why would you expect other people to do that for you? And then what I want to say is respect your content, and respect your content on Twitter as much as you do on Twitch or whatever broadcast platform you do. You're not going to get all spammy on your broadcast channel. Why are your tweets so spammy? I'm going to show you a couple examples here, and this is not to badmouth the people that did them, but this is all public facing, so it's not this is what they did. So I pulled this one when I was starting to think about doing this podcast. I pulled this one back in March. So let's bust this open a little bit higher. So this person says, their tweet says, Grand Theft Auto with my girls. Here's the channel. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 retweet bot accounts. And then followed by Team Godvec, which this dude is profiting because this dude, I think 2 or 3 of these, this Godvec dude runs. He owns these channels. I can't remember which ones, but we can find them. Beauty Gamers, and then support small streamers. Support small streamers we'll get into next. So they did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 retweet accounts. They got 3 retweets. They tagged, their tweet looks like this. They tagged all those. There's probably 300,000 people that are following these 11 channels, and they got 3 retweets. And I almost guarantee you they got no views out of it. Let's look at another one I found just this last night. So this one, last night when I pulled this one, this person had no retweets. So he got 9. But let's look at this real quick here. Yeah, another complete win at his channel. Don't miss the amazing gameplay. This doesn't make sense to me. Like, a complete win. Don't miss the gameplay. Here's my Discord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 retweet channel spams. Godvec, Lurkforce, support small streamers. Let's look at who retweeted. So, oh, he retweeted his own. That's a new one. Okay. Wait, no. No, he did. Retweeted his own. Okay. That's a new one for me. So, Serban Tekken, whatever. Commando Killer. So, Commando, or that's TwitchCom. So, that's that one. Support streamers retweet. He didn't even tag that one. MZ Productions, Phil Cam Courtney, Team Mana Up, Alex, Lurkforce founder. So this must be this Lurkforce. And then himself. So of the stuff he tagged, he got a retweet from 1, 2. If this Alex person is this Lurkforce. So, yeah. And to retweet himself. Don't retweet yourself when you go live. Just don't. Please. So let's take a look at that. So he did, what we say, 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, well, so I guess we'll do it. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So he had 11 things. He got 2 retweets out of that 11. That were actually tagged, that I can tell here. So let's look at this. This TwitchCom. This Commando Killer, or TwitchCom, 498 followers. So it's all just retweet spam. Well, there's bigger ones here. So here's this Godvec dude. He has a few of these. I think. Yep, Godvec again. Godvec again. Oh, here we go. So this Twitch sharer account has been suspended. So this dude tagged an account that doesn't even exist anymore. That's a new one. Support streamers. So out of the 6 retweet bot accounts, 1 of them doesn't even work. 3 of them are the same dude. This Twitch Online, Twitch TV Online, and Twitch TV Gaming. So this Godvec dude who has a Twitch account, let's go look at that real quick. Oh, he's actually streaming.
It's flipping insane. That's sicky nar, dude.
Okay, sorry. That was a mistake. So this dude has 45,365 followers on this channel. So that's 45K, 67, pretty much 67K on this channel, and 71K on this channel. So that's like around 170,000 followers over these 3 channels. And yeah, these people are not getting And this guy got one retweet out of all that. And I guarantee you not any like legit views. So be mindful of your content you post on Twitter and really look. Like, if this is this something that you would want to go watch? If you saw this pop up in your feed, would you want to go watch that? Personally, I wouldn't. Maybe you would, but so have some respect for your content on Twitter as well. Now let's get into, and the other reason. So this guy has 170-ish thousand, a little more probably, followers across these 3 channels. He is benefiting like crazy from this because he can go and, this dude's following me on this one. Rip. He's following me on this one too? Man. He can go to advertisers and say, I have 170,000 people I can spam your product out to, and some companies that don't know better can and may pay him to market their stuff. So while it costs him nothing to have a bot set up that just retweets stuff out, it gets literally no organic viewership to you. It benefits the people running these channels more than anything. All right, so let's close these out. I really don't want to click this, but support small streamers. And there's so many different variations of it. There's support smaller streamers, or there's so many different variations of it. But we can continue using this example. It looks really bad. It's spammy, as you can see. Same thing with the retweet bots. A lot of people have hashtag support small streamers muted. I had to unmute it so I could do this, but I know we have a few in chat that have it muted. So this doesn't even show up on their feeds. If you use this, people that are following you are not even going to see your go live tweet because they have this hashtag muted because it's so spammy. So don't use it because it doesn't help you. Also, support small streamers. You are coming out and saying, I am small. You're automatically putting a negative connotation on your channel. You don't promote yourself as small. You're getting that point across. The first thing you say is like, I'm small, come watch me. Have value in your worth. Have value in your community that supports you. Now, I go back to this a ton because Whitney is amazing. But let me post this link in chat as well. So I have this bookmark and I show it to as many people as I can when this stuff comes up. But she did this just before TwitchCon last year. So if you guys don't know Whitney, she is the marketing person at Humble Bundle. She's an amazing person. If you ever get a chance to work with her, definitely take the opportunity. Go give her a follow. Her Twitter is amazing. It's very inspirational. She's an awesome person. If you're not a Humble partner, sign up. It costs you nothing. It's amazing. It does good. So, advice to influencers: stop putting negative things in your applications. So this also goes to your Twitter as well. Don't tell me you have no following or you're a small streamer. You write these negative things about yourself. You're showing me how little you value yourself. So how should I value you then if you don't value yourself? Be positive about yourself. Build yourself up. Make me want to work with you no matter what. Instead of saying these things, just think about it. And it's true, because like if you come out, the first thing you say to somebody is, I'm small, or I have no following, or I'm doing a charity stream and I'm only going to raise $1. Who cares? Like, value yourself. Raising $1 is better than no dollars. Raising no dollars is still getting the word out to everybody about the charity. Everything helps. Like, value yourself, value your community. When you say I'm a small streamer, you're not thinking the people that are there to support you all the time. Those people do matter. They're there to watch you. So, yeah, we're going to do this. This is bad news, but we're going to do it anyway. Let's click on this and look. So like, wait, we got to do latest. Oh, these are bad. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you something here. we'll get into this a little later, but let's look through some of these. So this person right here, 29 seconds ago, support small streamers. So this person starts out with support small streamers who stream live Dead Space on Saturday Spooks. Wow. First playthrough, no jokes until I get a hang of the limbs. Retweeter. Let me close these. Let's see if all these still work. So that one works. So this one has 60,000 followers. This one has 21, so we're at 81. Gamer growth 32, so 100 and what? 13,000. Shout Gamers suspended, so they tagged another suspended account. So 87, that puts us at 200K. Retweet. So that puts us at 264K and 300 and let's just say 325,000. So these accounts, this person's tag is around 325,000 people, and they've gotten 2 retweets and 1 like. The retweets are from SG Show You, I Am Live Retweet. Did he even tag I Am Live Retweet? Person didn't even tag I Am Live Retweet. Alright, whatever. And they have no viewers. No viewers. This doesn't work. You're just making your tweets look really bad and making people not want to watch you because you're trying to get likes and retweets and trying to get people to watch you. It does not work. Well, let's do going again. We just got done talking about that guy. And the person did again where they retweeted their own content. Oh, I clicked on him again. Rip. Actually, let's look at that guy again real quick. This person, 14th. So on the 14th, well, this person retweeted retweeted their content twice yesterday, their own content. It's interesting. So you can see all the people that use this. It's just trying to grab. So this person did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know why you would tag Mixer, but well, this person's streaming on Mixer and Twitch. That doesn't work either. Don't do that. Don't stream on both at the same time. You're trying to make your community choose where to watch you. You're splitting your community. Don't do that. So this one's not bad. This person did, they're playing the game. They did a little graphic. I don't know what Merchant Squad, Glass Jaws. Let's go look at those. They did support small streamers, but Merchant Squad looks like it's more retweet stuff. I don't know what this Glass Jaws is, but this one isn't horrible. Oh, here we go. Support small streamers, support smaller streamers, support small streams, Twitch streamers. And there's 1 retweet from this SGT Shot You. Scroll down here a bit more. Where the magic happens, this is the beginning. I don't know what this is, just trying to get people to look at their setup. Does that best Black Ops 3 servers are back, and you're just like, these are whack. Right. Hope got the point across. It's super spammy looking. It's it doesn't get you anything out of it. Like this dude. All right, so this person, kickstands are up. They put their picture on, I'm guessing the game, Doghouse Twitch. Oh no, this is like their logo and stuff. I thought they were tagging, like they made a graphic for the game they're playing. Like that's creative, you know, and whatnot. Let's go Twisted Evil. I don't even know how you read this. So, yeah. So don't do it. Just don't do it. It looks bad. And again, don't tag other broadcasters that are not involved with your stream. I've seen people, and I kid you not, that will say, I'm going live playing Fortnite. Ninja, please come watch me. This looks desperate. It's not going to work. It's just a bad tweet. Don't do it. Post-stream. So there's things you do post-stream when it comes to doing Twitter. So what I like to do, and I don't always do it. I need to be diligent about doing it. But you say, after you're done streaming, man, I had a great Jurassic World stream today. Thank you guys all for the support. Obviously tag the developer or tag the game. This works great with indie games as well. It's like, oh man, I just got done playing Punch Club from Tiny Build. Such an amazing game. Thank you guys so much for the opportunity. A lot of times the developer, the PR, the publisher will respond, hey, we're great. We're glad you enjoyed it. You know, happy to be able to provide that to you. And we're looking forward to work with you in the future. You can build relationships like that where they'll want to work with you more for the positive feedback when you're tagging them. Like if you enjoyed the game, tell them. You know, get your community involved. So if you're streaming the game and let's say you have a pretty funny moment, make a clip and you can post that clip after the stream and say, oh man, you know, Party Hard from Tiny Build was such amazing. Here's a funny clip from the game. You know, get your community involved to help make clips. And you guys should all have a Discord. Create a clip channel on your Discord. And when your community makes funny clips, just have them post it in there. And you can utilize those clips and often give incentives to your viewers. Because I think there's the Twitch incentive of you can have like a little clip icon next to their name. But you could also, like, if you have a currency system for your chat, give them extra currency for helping you make clips and whatnot. Get your community involved and, like, have fun with it. Hosts and raids. So you're going to get hosts, you're going to get raids potentially during your streams. When you are done with your stream, say, oh man, what an amazing stream. Thank you so much to, you know, Wonder was for the host tonight, an amazing raid. Your community was awesome. And, you know, thank them. And usually you'll go and host or raid somebody after your stream. You could say, hey, you know, amazing stream. We sent the love over to Grimhammer and he's playing some Dreadnought, and you post a link to his channel. So you're not only thanking people that came to you, you're also sharing your community with the person that you hosted. And it goes a long ways. You may not think it does, but it really does. And you'll often find yourself being able to start building relationships on social media with the people that you host or thank or whatever. Some pitfalls. So don't beg for follows. You know, don't say follow for follow or host for host or whatever the new thing the kids are doing these days. Just don't say, I'll follow you if you follow me on Twitter. Don't do it. There are people that do that. Don't do it. Don't auto DM somebody when they follow you. This one drives a lot of people crazy. There are tools out there that you can set up that will, when you get a follow from somebody, it will automatically DM them a message saying, hey, thank you for the follow. Can't wait to work with you or whatever. Don't do that. That's a great way to get people to unfollow you. Don't follow somebody and unfollow them and follow them and unfollow them. Don't do that to try to get them to follow you back. It's a good way to get blocked. And if somebody isn't following you, it's they either follow too many people, they can't keep up. Because remember, a lot of Twitter for a lot of people and broadcasting is a business. So they need to be able to wade through what's on their feed so they don't miss business opportunities as well. So don't ever expect a follow back. What you can do, though, is follow them and engage with them. And maybe one day they will follow you back. And you got to remember, though, that they might be busy. They might not be following everybody because they don't want to miss business opportunities. So a prime example I have is early last year, Simply Riddling, who's now Meg Cayley, she rebranded. We'd talk all the time on Twitter, and we've been to a few events, and we've, was in each other's chats and hang out with her at live events and whatnot, and engage different back and forth on Twitter. And she wasn't following me forever, and whatever, I don't care. But then, I think it was after PAX West last year, she's like, oh my God, the hell was I not following you? Well, she's busy, it's not a person's goal every day to make sure they're following everybody they talk to. So, and it's okay that they're not following you. Don't take offense to it, and make everything organic. Whatever you do after post stream, don't tweet out that your stream sucked. Because there are people that do this. They go, oh, what a crappy stream today. What they're doing is they're completely crapping on the people that were there in the stream to support them that entire stream. Sure, we all have bad days. We all have bad streams. What I do, if I'm see myself heading down a road where I'm getting mentally drained or getting irritated, I'll just say, all right, guys, I gotta go. Sorry for the stream tonight. It'll be better next time. Get off stream. Don't burn bridges while you're on stream. And whatever you do, like I said, do not tweet out afterwards, what a crappy stream today, because you're crapping on your viewers. Instead, what you want to do is, if you really feel like you have to post-stream tweet about a bad stream, to say, everybody, I apologize for being a little funk tonight. I promise you next time it'll be a much better stream. I appreciate everybody that will support me and help me try to get through this, crazy funk I'm in. So, like I said, I've seen people that have come out and said, what a shitty stream tonight. Really? You just completely devalued everybody that was there watching you. So don't hijack tweets. What does that mean? So let's go back to that, remember that tweet I was talking about earlier? That was that guy that, I go back to Millhouse. That Millhouse was bugging me. Remember that guy earlier that I asked for people to, tweet about themselves? So I say, tell us about you. So this person decided, nope, I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to hijack your tweet. I'm going to go talk about somebody else. Not a huge deal. But what I have seen, and I kid you not, is an example of somebody will go and say, man, what an amazing charity stream today. You guys knocked it out of the park. I can't wait to continue it tomorrow. Today we raised X amount of money. And I've seen people reply and say, awesome work. My charity stream is at this date and time, and here's my channel. So they'll literally go on somebody else's tweet thanking their community for the amazing work of the amazing charity stream to promote their own stuff. Don't do that. Don't hijack other people's tweets to benefit on your own. Let's see. Don't go for desperate interactions. What does that mean? So I've seen some people, we'll use Ninja or Lupo as an example. I've seen people that have streamed, let's say, Fortnite, and had like a pretty, maybe a good skill shot or something, clipped it, and they'll tweet, "Oh man, I was better than Ninja in this example," or whatever, and actually tag Ninja. Like, don't go for desperate interactions. Don't say, "Ninja, come watch me. I'm just like you," or something. You know what I mean? It's bad. Keep your content positive. Remember, again, companies will go back and look at your tweets about wanting to work with you. Beam and I had an issue. Well, not issue. We had somebody the other day reach out to us about wanting to work with Inception, and I spent about a minute looking at their Twitter. I'm not interested. Showed Beam. Beam's like, nope, not interested. Just because of how they like handled themselves on social media. We never even went and looked at their content. We just looked at their Twitter and say, we do not want to work with this person. So so a lot of, as I've said throughout this cast, as that little that blurb we showed of that panel at TwitchCon, a lot of business is done in this industry via Twitter. So make sure you know how to use Twitter. Make sure you are following the right people on Twitter. What a lot of people don't realize, there's some great easy tools to use on Twitter. I like lists. So here's a list. I have some lists created that are studios and publishers. So I add studios and publishers I've worked with to this list so I can go back and look at it later. I have stream art. So when I find artists and whatnot that are kind of publicized, they do emotes or art, I add them to this list so I can go back and say, hey, maybe I need to emote me. I can go look through that list and see people. The streamers, if you're a part of our Discord, if you're a broadcaster, a mod can put our Discord. I'll add you to this list. So what this does is it gives an easy way for people to follow each other. So part of our community is, I purchased a domain name. I think it's the streamers.tv that redirects to this. And it's a great place for broadcasters that I add to this to be able to go follow each other easier, just for promotions for each other. Inception Talent, I keep a list of who we work with. Industry and PR. So this is probably my most important list, is as I find people that are industry or PR, I add them to this list. That way I can always go back and look at, oh man, I know the guy who works at Epic, but I just can't remember that is Twitter. So I can go to this list and I can search through and find those people. I almost always have a contact for somebody, and I keep this updated. This bottom one, I'm somebody's list. I can't get rid of it. So use lists. All right. Lists are great tools. You don't even have to be following everybody on that list. You can create the list, and like the artists, for example, I'm not following majority of the people in the artists of there. I just have a list I can go look at of who does art. That way I can look it up and go find people that do art. So TweetDeck. If you are a broadcaster and you are not using TweetDeck, you are missing out. So let me show you TweetDeck real quick. It is a great tool. Here's TweetDeck as it loads here. So remember those lists I had? So I have a couple lists here. Here's my industry and PR list. So in TweetDeck, I can see everybody that is in my industry and PR list. It keeps all their posts there. All right. My Inception Talent list, I can keep that whole list there. So you should be using TweetDeck if you are not, because you can do so many different like columns here. So I have my mentions. I brought this up to show you guys. We have a point of why I have this up here. So I have like people I'm following. I have my mentions. So when people mention me. So Beam, yeah. So that the streamers list, he has a column that is all the people that were in this list, the streamers. So anybody that's in this list right here, Beam has it as a column, you know, on TweetDeck. All right. So I have my mentions. I have my mentions. I have my notifications. So I can see when people follow me, when people are like retweeting with the comment or whatnot. I also have columns that have my DMs. I got rid of that so you guys can't see the DMs. Sorry. Can't see all those slide into my DMs. I have some other stuff that I got rid of just for this example, but I can keep a tab on everything. And, you know, somebody said the other day, it was Grim, it was Fog. When I congratulated Grim on hitting 10K views, he's like, "Oh man, how'd you know?" And I'm like, "Because, well, I watch you, but I also have everything that you guys post that are part of my Inception talent list. I see it all. It's easy for me to go and look at everything everybody's doing." So if you are using this, it's about impossible to keep up on everything. If this is how you look at Twitter, it is almost impossible to keep up on everything because there's just so much stuff to where if you're using a list, I can see it filters out. So you can see over here, Dmart, he works for Raw Fury. He posted something, but it also shows up over here. Well, as you can see, as this is scrolling, we're going to lose this really pretty quick to where over here, I can a lot easier go through and see all this stuff. All right. Look at this. So Mike the Bard tweeted out he's looking for some people. An industry person, George, retweeted that. So utilize lists and utilize TweetDeck. Now, here's something big that we're using. How do I explain this? Something big, we're using pictures matters. All right. So let me show you. Prime example, this guy. Let's go to this. Prime example. So this dude's right here. This Joe Freshest. All right. This Joe Freshest dude, he did this. It's got a giveaway, all this supports to ball streamers crap. It's almost impossible to see his link because it's at the bottom with all this stuff. All right. Look how this looks in TweetDeck. Okay. Look how this looks in TweetDeck. It looks dookie. When you look at it on Twitter, it shows this. Actually, let's go to this dude's page and see how it shows. All right, so if you look at it on Twitter, it shows this. It does not show this on TweetDeck. This is why pictures matter. All right, this is why pictures matter, because what looks like on here is not horrible because it shows this part. It does not show this on TweetDeck unless you click on it and then it shows it. But people are not going to click on your tweet more than likely. They're just going to see it and skip it. So include pictures on your tweets because how it looks on Twitter is not how it looks on TweetDeck. And a lot of people use TweetDeck. You should be using TweetDeck. It makes it so much easier to be an influencer in this space. All right. I agree. I only click on it if I want to look at replies. Same thing. I only click on tweets if I want to look at replies, or if they have multiple tweets that are, going in order. If it's a conversation, I'll do that. Otherwise, I don't click on tweets. So use pictures in your tweets. All right. Whew, that was a lot of stuff. That's all I have right now. Do you guys have any questions I can maybe help answer before we get into the channel reviews? And if you are a broadcaster watching and you want to be on this list, get on our Discord. We'll get you in. We have a whole content creator community section that you can talk about influencing, ask questions. We post opportunities for streaming games and whatnot. So feel free to get on there and check it out. Yeah, we'll archive this. We'll archive this. All right. No more questions about Twitter. We'll go ahead and move into the live